Every once in a while you buy a product and you're really impressed with it, and for me that was this amazing Kobratech flexible tripod. It's not in the box, it's actually, I've had it out using it quite a bit. Here it is here. Love this little guy. So we were in Mexico and we're trying to do a family portrait, and for the life of me I couldn't get my camera set up. My tripod was too short, it wasn't in the right spot. There was all kinds of stuff around us that I could have attached to, but I didn't have this little guy. So let's quickly, what else was in the box? Let me look quickly. Oh yes. So, the beauty of this, it comes with an infrared remote. Really cool for your DSLR camera. So this works with any DSLR that has an infrared receiver. I have the Sony A6000 and it works lovely with that. Simply turn it on, activate it in your camera, and you're good to go. I'll show you that switch here in a second. Then here's the instructions on the tripod. Instructions on the tripod itself. There's register your product. Go ahead and do that. The other thing that it includes is a Bluetooth remote for smartphones. So these two things make this just incredible. You can use this with your phone and just press the button. Set it up via Bluetooth first, of course. Has one for Android and one for Apple products. And simple setup. It shows you how to pair it. I did it. It took me 30 seconds the first time. This one doesn't require pairing. This one does because it's Bluetooth. Anyway, those are awesome little features of this. What else is in the kit here? They have a GoPro type adapter if you want to use this with your GoPro cameras or SJ4000s or whatever you have. So that's a good little feature. Let's get rid of that stuff. Get rid of the box. Let's get right to the meat of the matter. We've got the tripod itself. So, some quick features. It has an undoable, that's a word, undoable little ball socket connector there. So that allows you to put this in different positions. Once it's in position, you can just take that. It's plastic, so don't use a wrench on it. Just finger tight is all you need, and that's not going to move much. Remember, if you're doing this in a tornado or something, that might be different. The camera mount itself is expandable. You have to unscrew it. It doesn't just pull. That's what I was trying to show you there. It's not spring loaded, and I like that because this, I feel, is more secure. So let's open this sucker right up to see its maximum. And so we've met the end of the rope, and so you can see it's just a screw threaded into there. So let's go back and let's turn that 1, 2, 3 times, 4 times, so we have a good amount of thread on there. And let's just measure this quickly so we can see what the maximum allowable distance is there. So you can see plainly it's right around 96 millimeters. 96 millimeters in inches is right there. So that's pretty good. I have the Samsung Galaxy S9, this bad boy here. It's never clean. I'll try to clean it for you. I can't. But it fits nicely in there, and so there's buttons top and bottom. You got to avoid those buttons. Simply put that on there and screw it down. And there it is. It's nice and tightly fixed in there. It's not going anywhere. The other thing about this is this comes off, and so you can remove that completely from your tripod, and you can use this on a different tripod. So say you have a regular tripod, you can definitely use that. It's a 1/4 inch 20 pitch standard tripod thread there. There's also one in the back, so however you want to mount this thing, you could mount it this way or using that. Great features, small but powerful features there from Kobratech. So super impressed with this product so far. This screws in. This is a straight mounted 1/4 20 pitch. You've got to turn the entire tripod and then you lock it down. Once it's tightened up fairly close, you lock it down. There's a nice rubber pad on there to cinch it right in. The ball bearing, everything, the ball and socket is all plastic, but it's made of probably a high quality ABS. I haven't had any issues with that. Be careful in the cold. These things don't do well in the cold sometimes. Now let's get to the main function of this thing, which is, yes, it's a tripod. There we've got a tripod, and that's great. But what this does is it bends in any direction you need. So you can make it shorter, like that, which gives you a shorter tripod. But the feature that I like most about this is if you have, let's say, a pole in your area where you're shooting, you can take this thing and you can attach it to the pole simply by doing that, and cinch it right down, and it's not going to move, and then you can mount your camera to that. Love this feature. So this is a soft foam of some kind, black foam. The feet of this thing are round, but they're a soft rubber, a grippy rubber, so they don't slip on glass or smooth tables. So there you go. You can see how this thing would set up on a pole if you had a pole nearby. Let's just spin my phone on there. And right before it's tightened down, you just lock it down with that nut. Let's lock it into place with this little thing, and there you are. You can see that it slips a bit on this pole, but I'm shaking it. So if you're just holding it there, and again, cinch it right down, squeeze it right in, and it'll grip that thing pretty well. So there you go. That's the quick and dirty of the Tri-Flex Pro from Kobratech. I am super impressed. The only thing I can't figure out how to do is get these legs to go straight again. It's not a big deal. I suppose I can ask my 6-year-old and he'd be able to show me. But so this is a solid piece of kit that I'm definitely going to add to my repertoire of things that I take. It's compact. Let's go over some weights and measurements quickly because somebody's going to want to know. So weights and measurements quickly. Let's just do the camera adapter on there first. We're looking at 46 grams for the camera adapter. The tripod by itself alone is 133. So of course you combine those for a grand total of 100 and about 80. Let's call it 180 because this scale likes to read 179. It made it under the fight weight. So 179 grams for a pretty nice piece of kit. Let's do some quick measurements. So each leg, if I can straighten out the leg to make it straight in its longest maximum length. So the leg length itself is about 8 1/4 inches. I'll put all these numbers up here in centimeters so you guys can see those as well. So the leg length itself is about 8 1/4 inches. The overall length of the tripod from without the connector on top is 10 3/4 inches. So that's 10 3/4 from the top of this post until the bottom of the foot, 10 3/4 inches, and of course that's up there in centimeters. The overall length of this thing, if we extend it right out, we'll go for maximum length. So maximum length of the camera adapter, including the knob and everything, is 5 inches when it's extended to its furthest point. 5 inches is up there in centimeters. When it's shortened, it comes in at only 3 3/8 inches. So 3 3/8 inches, of course, that's up there in centimeters again. Let's attach it. And wait for it, please hold your applause till the end, but the entire length of this thing is around 14 inches. We're going to call it 14 inches. Okay, you can applaud now. And of course that's up there in centimeters. So there you have it. Absolutely 2 thumbs up from Family of 4. This is by far my favorite little tripod right now. I have 2 or 3 other tripods. None of them are this flexible type tripod. I had a brief correspondence with the people from Kobratech. They were very courteous. They handled what I needed handled quickly and efficiently, answered my questions, and I was off to the races. I believe they sell 2 versions of this. This is the longer one. They have a shorter one. I went for the longer one. I thought even the longer one might not be long enough for what I was looking for, but it's perfect. So as a standalone or as a adapter to get your camera mounted to a tree, to a bush, to a something, this is a great option. And of course you can always tape this thing once you've got it on there. If you're going to use it on a car mount or something, you could always tape it down in addition to having it the way it is. So there you go, 2 thumbs up from Family of 4. Go out and buy yourself one of these from Kobratech. This is the Tri-Flex Pro. I love it.